All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. Hope you are as well. Happy early Halloween to everybody.
Yes, yes. Happy early Halloween. Hopefully, you got some good plans for yourself or the kids this evening. Here in Jersey, it just keeps raining. The last 3 days has been pure rain, so that's kind of frustrating a little bit. But hopefully, Saturday's supposed to be nice and sunny, so we'll see. Guys, let's get into it. Let's look at what we had yesterday. Well, first, here's our gappers list right now. Only Under Armour. Is that the correct one? Is that because I know there's two of them? Is this the one that
There's
gets the volume?
UA and UAA, and I have not looked at the volume on UA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the right one.
All
That's
right.
422, and they're not far off today. Actually, UA's got 303 traded, 303,000. So,
Gotcha.
um,
So we'll see what's going on there. They're up nicely 7.3. Twitter taking a hit here on the downside, down 15. And we got some other ones here. Apple, obviously, yesterday that was interesting. So we'll see how that's going to turn out today. And then we got some other ones. The pins and Neo were amazing yesterday. So we'll get into that and also how they are trading this morning. But first, let's look at what we had on our list yesterday. We had Marvel, MRVL. This one here, again, let's get the 5 minutes so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. Here we go. So a little bit of a rough start, but then it did settle down. Pre-market action really all over the place. But at the open, you had this drop, you had this engulfing pattern. You did get a slight continuation on here, nothing too crazy. But this was the move here. Comes back down, builds a beautiful ABCD pattern off the moving averages. Several plays here. You could have taken it there for a VWAP breakout. You could have taken it here for the break of the high of the day. That then becomes support. It gives you another ABCD pattern. Just really clean trading. Breaks out of our 3702 level we had here as well. And then continues to the next level, 37. I mean, it's just amazing how clean this thing traded after this first 10 minutes or so. Very, very clean. And the continuation was beautiful yesterday. Price action was not that bad either. Usually they don't trade that well. But the price action yesterday was okay. It was decent. Pins took off here very early on, when right from the 64.21 support level we had. Looks like it wanted to break down at first, but found a way to get the buyers in and goes right to the top of the consolidation we had back and forth between 64 and 66.50, right? The pre-market was kind of stuck in this area. This one had a gapped up nicely after I believe after earnings or whatever news came out the day before. And it gave you a beautiful pop there to that 66.50 and the nice continuation all the way up to 69, which is the high from yesterday. So from there, it does collapse right back down. It gives you another opportunity for a short play here. That becomes pretty nice. Cannot get to the VWAP and then drops down again for a beautiful short play on pin. So again, a lot of opportunities here. And this breakout was really nice off the support of 64.21. Here's OSTK. This one, I was shocked how great this thing traded towards the downside, of course. Had a very hard time in the pre-market getting above this 83. At the market open, you get this initial drop, which is very difficult to take because you know that sometimes at the open things sell off, and when they're strong, they find a way to come back. This one didn't, right? It gives you a little pullback, hits the VWAP, and then slams down. This is my typical 5-minute open range breakdown that I look for. I didn't trust OSTK because it's just a difficult stock to trade. And man, look how great this thing turned out. So if you took that trade, you had a very nice run there towards the bottom. Neo was great. Neo is what I like about Neo is the type of volume you get in the pre-market. You always have a great pre-market when it's going to be in some type of play. And it did that yesterday. It had I think 1 million already at the pre-market. And then right at the open, look at this beautiful ABCD pattern. You get here, nice continuation, another ABCD pattern here, and just holds on to this 9 moving average, breaking the high of the day here. This was a big one right in here, guys, right? You can see tested it here, comes back down, tested it one more time, and then again, it just breaks out nicely. Just a beautiful play yesterday on Neo. Continues to trade very, very well. Snap was a good one towards the bottom. Didn't have a great pre-market action, but it did lose it here. Nice pullback for a 5-minute open range breakdown and a beautiful continuation. Test of the VWAP one more time and right back down to the low of the day. Later in the day, it did find a base around 41,670 or so, right in this area, and you did get a nice little bounce back to VIA. So it's a great reversal there after holding for a couple of an hour or two. DKNG was okay. You did get a drop and a reversal, but again, I was watching the price action. It wasn't all that great for me, at least on this one, right at the open here. And I did not see how the price action if it got any better towards the mid-morning, But you do get, I'm not sure if this is going to fall into the mountain pass that Peter trades, but not quite, but maybe. You can see here, nice drop, and you do get a beautiful continuation down here in DKNG. So that's what we had, guys. A lot of great moves. Pins and Neo on top of the list. They're trading very, very well yesterday. Let's get to the market pulse. We'll come back and look at our gappers list.
Yeah, man. So there was a big drop in futures overnight. Big drop. We've actually gained a decent chunk of that back. So right now you got that SPY down 0.8%. I think it's made about half its losses back roughly. Qs are down 1.1%. We had that big GDP number yesterday morning, and then we had a bunch of big companies report last night. So we had a few pieces of economic data come out right at 8:30 when we came on. We had personal income, consumer spending, core inflation, and employment cost index. We have the final read on October consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock. So not a crazy amount of data, nothing compared to yesterday. It's been a nasty week. I think the worst week since May in the markets to the downside. So, let's see where things go. Got some
Yeah.
couple interesting things on the radar. It was actually with the gap that we had down, or the gap we still have down. I'm surprised that the list this morning is so short, frankly.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it would be a lot longer than this, especially towards the downside a little bit here. So interesting that it's not the case. Let's take a look at what's up this morning. UAL, the only one on here. This is up a 6.2,
UAA, just
451,000.
to clarify.
Yes, UAA, excuse me. And this one is up nicely right now at 6.2. Earnings norm, what's causing this pop today for these guys?
Yes. UAA had earnings less this morning, excuse me, and despite beating their numbers, they gave kind of so outlook. So the numbers won the day on this story, though.
Okay. So they're looking nice. Pre-market right now is a little bit choppy, typical nicey type stock, but this is great volume for UAA. So definitely want to keep this on here. Definitely on our list this morning. The only one gapping up, so worth looking at. Something that's going kind of against the market a little bit here. Twitter is down huge this morning. They are down 14.5. Was down even more than that at the market open at 4 a.m. here. And kind of trying to recover a bit in the pre-market. So great volume right now, 1.7. Twitter is definitely in play. After what looked like it was going to be a nice breakout continuation here, you're kind of getting a little shock factor with this drop here. Norm, what's the latest and greatest?
Earnings last night. They actually beat their earnings estimates. The problem is their growth was like terribly flat. I think they gained 1 million daily users, monetizable daily active users. They gained 1 million worldwide this quarter, which is nothing, and they were perfectly flat in the U.S. with no gains. So, um, not really good news for them there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely not. Again, down huge this morning. Great pre-market activity right now. We'll keep an eye on that one. Here's F.
I'm
Yeah.
already in a Twitter trade. I'm long from this breakout right before we came on, or right as we came on, right at 44.40.
All right, in here. Nice.
So
Great, man. See how that turns out. Looking good to get to at least this pre-market high. So let's keep an eye on that. See how that goes. Let's look at a FE this morning. Right now they are down 8.1, 558. I do not like this pre-market activity at the moment. Again, they got volume, but a couple of block trades really with all the volume in here. I don't see a great pre-market activity. We're not getting that nice flow that we like to see. So for the most part, do not like this one. Their daily also pretty crappy as well. What do we have as far as volume? Around 5 million looks like. No, less than that, like 3.6, their usual volume on most days. So I'm gonna skip on that one. Let's take a look at Apple. Obviously, Apple taking a nice hit yesterday. They're down 3.9 this morning. Was down a lot more than that earlier in the morning. Norm, what happened with these guys? iPhone's not doing too good.
Apple had earnings last night. Um, Yeah, I'm stuff all over the place. The iPhone sales been kind of soft, not surprising. That was prior to this current quarter with the new launch. It was delayed. So struggling a little bit on that, but we'll see.
All right, we'll
I mean,
definitely.
they beat their estimates, but they're talking about weak iPhone sales. So
Hmm hmm So we'll see. Apple definitely in play today. 2 million shares. They're down 4% at the moment. So we'll add Apple to our list here. Let's take a look at pins. Pins was great yesterday. Today they're giving. Let's get rid of some of these levels. They're giving a little bit more back again, down 3.1, 257,000. I think this will be a good one. We have a nice gap that this thing might try to fill if it's going to be weak here. So I do like what I'm seeing here on pins. Definitely going to add it to our list this morning for a continuation play. And Neo, I mean, I think we have to add Neo. Neo has been incredible. 2 million shares already, down 2.2. And this stock just continues to have these consolidation areas like here. The one we just had, we just talked about this a couple of days ago, right? How clean and beautiful this daily looked, right? Setting up nicely, had a beautiful bounce off of here instead of coming back down after a big gap up, right? It's a big gap up here, nice continuation. It held here and had a huge day yesterday, probably one of their biggest days in a long time. Look at the range
oh
there. This
yeah,
is a big day. So great volume right now. I do like what I'm seeing pre-market. The daily's still amazing. Neo is definitely one of my favorites this morning. Let's take a look at Snap. Snap right now, not a great pre-market action. Very light on the volume. You know, Snap trades a lot. Right now, only 108,000 at the moment. But their daily still looks good, right? Their daily still looks good. One either long or short, right? If it drops here, loses this 40, could be great. If it eventually gets back up to this level and tries to break out, that could be good also. So I think a possible at least right now. For now, we can always fine tune that later. All right, that is all we have. Snap just came out of this list, I think, because it's bouncing between under and above 2%. But we'll keep it on here. Norm, what do you like this morning on your end?
Twitter.
Twitter. I know
It's
Twitter's
about that's about it, to be
yeah.
frank.
Yeah, Twitter's good. I love the drop here on Twitter. Daily's great. I think that was looking pretty nice. Let's take a look at what we have in our chat, guys. So AJ420 Twitter, yes, that's good. Facebook, what is Facebook up to? Facebook right now, so. The pre-market actually looks decent. You got a little pre-market action going here. 448 on the volume. That's good. Traded so far, it is down. It is pretty much flat right now. It's down a bit of 1% or so, but pretty much flat. What I do not like about this daily is we're kind of stuck in this area right now. See just all the madness in here. So I don't like that too much on Facebook. If we can find a way to break out, that'd be nice. But right now, I think what we have on our main list looks a lot better than this one. This could get better if it starts trying to get green here and possibly get to that 283. That could be nice. But at the moment, I don't see anything too exciting on it. OSTK, let's take a look there. That one again, amazing trading yesterday. Just so clean. Look at this drop here, and not just the drop, just how clean it's traded overall. Right now they are down 2.3. Not a lot of volume, only 89,000 right now, 87. So not great volume, which is causing this pre-market action not to be great after having 19 million shares yesterday. Today, though, I do like where we're sitting here. We're right below this area of support, right? You can see that right on there. Great support there. You had a nice reversal for that. Great area of resistance. So we're right on there right now with some good volume. Are we going to continue to try to bounce back or hold here, right? So could be a possible on it right now, but the volume is not looking all that great at the moment. So Facebook we have. Let's take a look here at Amazon. What we got going on with Amazon? Amazon, no volume actually, and Amazon is a tough stock to trade as well. But right now, I don't see any volume on it. I know they had a earnings yesterday. They were very wild here in the after hours, but for the most part, not a lot going on this morning as far as action. Let's take a look at Piton. We'll look at Baba next. Let's see what Piton is up to. I know we remember they took a hit, right? Yeah, they took a hit here. Very nice. And right now, pre-market is very light on volume. I don't see anything great at the moment. But you know, Piton, look what it does here. Very light on volume, gives you this beautiful breakdown. Their pre-market action, you know, doesn't get a whole lot of volume, but they trade well at the open. For in most cases, not always, but in most cases, when they pick a direction here, here, and here, they trade it very clean. So I'm on the fence on this one. I do like the daily. We'll put it as a possible because I do like the daily area of support right on there. Are we going to lose that? Are we going to bounce? Let's put it as a possible for right now. That could be a good one. Let's take a look at Baba. Baba this morning. All right, what do we have here? Their dailies, again, just been kind of just bouncing around here a little bit, trying to hold this 306 area, 30, yeah, 307 as support. Pre-market action is very choppy right now. We do have 634, so we got some good volume on it. I'll put it as a possible. We'll come back to it. Let's see how that's going to turn out. Let's head down over to Microsoft. What do we have there? Microsoft on the daily. The daily looks interesting, but the pre-market, I'm not sure. Pre-market is not great, guys, right now. And the thing with Microsoft is it's got to be in play. I think this is one of those stocks that if it's not really in play, it could be very difficult to trade, or the market has to be, heading in heavily in one direction or the other. I think that can help Microsoft. But right now, I'm not seeing anything unless there's any news out there that can drag this thing up or down. I'm gonna stay away from this one right now. Let's take a look at OSTK we have. Yes, possible continuation. I fully agree with that. Let's look at EQ. EQ pre-market action got some good volume, 3.6 up 19%. Is it a low flow stock? What we have here? 13.9, 1319, right on here. The pre-market action though is falling apart here, right? And it's not as clean. I don't like how choppy this thing is. Look at the wicks. Although you got 3.6, you're not getting a whole lot of volume that's trading clean, like we've seen in other low floats, right? And it's dropping down now. We want to see some kind of support happening here. It can change later. Right now, let's put it on here, but not looking all that great for the type of low flow stocks that I've seen other people trade very well. Norm, you've seen what those look like. This doesn't have
Sure.
it. Yeah, this doesn't
No, not
have it.
really. Not
Uh,
at this point, at least.
Not, yeah, at least not now. Correct. I mean, let's see if find a base can get some good volume for a good price action. AMD right now not doing much. 251. It is pretty much flat at the moment. Pre-market's not great, so we'll leave that one alone. Let's look at what else we have here. TRVN. TRVN. What is this? No, it's not looking good neither. It's got 1.4, but look, that's great volume. 1.4 is amazing. But look how this thing is trading. 1.4 and you're trading like this, people are dropping some big trades here, 274, and look at the candles you're getting. You don't want to be involved in anything like this. So let's skip on that. Let's look at AV.
It seems like it's high
Yeah,
volume, but for something priced at that level, it's so little money that's actually
yeah.
been flowing through it that
That's a great point, right? If 1.4, it's not that like a 1.4 on Neo, right? It's two
yeah.
very big different things, right? So the money's definitely not equivalent to that. So all right, so let's take a look at what do we have here? Oh, ABV. Let's take a look at that. ABBV. There we go. This is Adobe. Yeah, Adobe doesn't trade well. I
No,
don't
that's
like the way
AbbVie.
that is Abby. This Abby. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Is this the health? What is
Yes.
this? Yeah, yeah. This doesn't trade well. I don't like the way this trades, guys. I'm gonna stay away from that one. Adobe's another one doesn't trade well, but this is not it neither. So I don't like that one. Let's take a look at BLRX. This one, what do we have? Biotech company looks like BLRX. The flow sitting at 19, so not too low, but again, this pre-market action better than what we see on the other ones, right? It's got something happening here. It's got 10 million, so you got some movement. So this actually looks a little bit better, but again, it is a biotech company. Be careful with this. It is up 54%, under 20 million of float, so just be mindful of that. Breaking out of 150 here. Got a good pop right now. I think pre-market looks good though. Let's see how that's going to continue to develop. Facebook we looked at. Let's see what's going on. Anything happening? I see a few people throwing out Facebook again. Let's take a look if anything's changed. Facebook. All right. Now see Facebook's starting to look good now. I like
Yeah,
that.
they had earnings last night.
Yeah, yeah, it's starting to look good. Let's throw this back up here. Okay, here we go. Flex. Flex, no, no, no volume here. 2,000 shares. Let's move on from that. UAA, we do have here, guys. So that one is up here, 7.3. Good pre-market action right now. I wish it would be a little bit cleaner, but it's got some good volume, a nice pop. So I do like what I'm seeing there. Let's look at MNST. No volume on MNST. MGEN. This one here, no, 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 the horrible daily. I don't like that one. 2.5 right now. And again, this one, I'm not sure if it's a low floor or not, but again, it's just kind of breaking down at the moment. So not looking too good there neither. Apple, I do have on the list. Again, 2.3, down 3.5, so that's good. SRRK, I've seen a few people throw this one out in the last couple of days. Right now, let's take a look. What do we have? SRRK. Okay, what do we have going on with these guys? So SRRK pre-market's not great, guys. 124. The last couple it has some pretty nice breakouts on the daily here, but let's see how the action is actually trading, right? Look at it yesterday, right? This is not clean trading, at least for me. I don't want to be involved in a stock that's moving like this. So again, I'm just gonna stay away from this one. Um, what time we got? 8:51. We could do a few more. TUP. Tupperware here. What do we have? No volume right now. Two big days. Yesterday and the day before, they gap up nicely. Obviously, their numbers are well. Yesterday morning, have a nice breakout, as you can see here. So again, possible continuation play on it. I don't see a whole lot of volume on it. Very light. Only 111. So I'm going to put it as a possible. I'm sorry, only 11,000 as far as volume. So very light right now. All right, what else do we have, guys? Pins we have on the list. Yes, possible continuation on that one. EQ we have it on here. I have it's got to get better, right? It's kind of dropping now, 3.7 up 18%. So we do have that one on here. CY CYDY. What is this? CYDY. No, nothing happening here. No volume at all on this one.
Nothing
And
to see
just
here. Move along.
yeah, no exactly nothing to see here.
You don't even have any bids.
Yes, it's
It
just
hasn't traded
nothing.
a single share today.
Yeah. It's only one bid sitting there at $6. It's just, I mean, one ask,
Uh,
not even a bid.
yeah. No, stay away from that.
MDGS also not looking good. No, this is not good. It's just, and for those that are asking why it's not good, right? Just look at this pre-market action right now. You have volume, but half of it is just right on here in this candle, right? So again, that's not great action there. So we'll skip on that one. Let's look at BLRX we looked at, we have it here, 11 million shares right now. That's up 52%. Facebook we have. What else, guys? What else do we have going on here? I think that's about it. Scrolling up in our chat to see if I miss anything. MGen we looked at. All right, OSTK. All right, I think we are good, guys. One more here. ATVI. ATVI, they are down almost 1%, but the pre-market is pretty bad right now. There's not a lot of activity, only 70,000. Daily is not great. Had a couple of two red days here, which is nice coming back down to this level. But right now I'm not seeing anything great on it, so I'm gonna skip on that one. HTZS, did see this one come up early, but man, there's nothing happening here, guys. You had a couple of nice pops here. Remember this thing went crazy? And everyone just started buying it back up, but it's right back down,
Yeah.
just not doing anything. All right, folks, that is what we have. Let's go over to our community announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list here.
All right, guys. Next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we've got our success webinar, Managing Taxes for Canadians. It's by Jonathan Warren, buddy of Peter's that he used to be with in, I believe, his consulting career. So that is next week, Taxes for Canadians, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday. Then for psychology webinars, we don't have any next week. We will be back on a full schedule week after. Guys, remember trade of the day and trade of the week. If you'd like to win the eventual trade of the week, you have to enter for the trade of the day. To win the trade of the day, take a screenshot of your best trade, mark it up with entries, exits, strategy, ideas, thoughts, whatever you can show that kind of clarifies why you took the trade, so on and so forth. Post it on Twitter. Tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike B_BBT, and at Norm BBT. Also use the hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. We will announce the winner of the trade of the day every afternoon in the Closing Bell Show. And then the trade of the week will be announced on the Monday Closing Bell Show each week. That person will win a $100 gift card from Amazon. Just a reminder, Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living, is now available in Espanol. On Amazon and Audible as audiobook. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, you can do so at a discount. Use the promo code premarket24. That's premarket24. That'll give you 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room. Doesn't auto renew or turn into any other kind of discount. It also includes Carlos's onboarding class that he does every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, live.
All right, thank you. With
And if you're looking to
yeah.
upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, use the promo code Halloween35, save 35%.
Excellent. Guys, let's go right to the trade of the day yesterday. This goes over to Brandon. He had an amazing trade here on Tesla. Beautiful reversal. Look at that entry. Look at where he set his stop. Just perfect. And then heavy partials right there on the way up towards the VWAP. That's his target, his initial target. And then he gets a beautiful ABCD pattern here right off the VWAP. He recognizes this thing, wants to go back up, goes, adds to his position there. And then again, another gray partialing here on the way up. He had a hotkey error there, but he was out with a very, very good move. So again, great job there. Congratulations and good luck on winning the member trade of the week next week when we announce it on Monday. All right. With that said, guys, let's look at our list. So I think for Friday we have a pretty decent list. Here is UAA. So right now, breaking out. Don't hopefully it doesn't get too extended, but breaking out of the pre-market of the previous pre-market high, which was here. I'm going to mark this down as 1504. It's good to have this level here. You can see the resistance on this. I'm going to put it on there now just so that we have it. Broke out of that pretty nice. Let's see if that's going to continue. So this is looking good here, even better than it was before now with this breakout. So I do like that one. Twitter is amazing. Probably one of the top ones this morning alongside NEO. We'll get to NEO in a second. This is looking very, very nice. Great volume, up 14%. Apple is looking very nice now here, breaking out from the coming back up to the highs of the lows of 2 days ago. So this is good here. Nice level. You can see the resistance support trading very well in the pre-market this morning. Amazing volume. Here is pins. Doesn't have a great pre-market action, but I do like this one for a continuation. We did have a nice pop-up that we couldn't end the day green, right? We went all the way up to 69, gave it back, and our sad red for yesterday. Let's see if this thing is going to give us a nice continuation towards the bottom here. So I do like this one. Neo is just continues to kill it. It's just amazing trading on Neo. Yesterday was just so clean. And hopefully we can get some of that action today as well. Here is Facebook also looking good after it's breaking out here. It wasn't looking too great when you first looked at it, but now we're starting to look pretty nice here. It looks like it wants to go green. So I think we have a pretty good list. I don't think we have to remove anything or change anything. Our secondary list has Snap, OSTK, Python. And don't we can't judge Python too much by the pre-market action because we've seen what they can do even with this type of pre-market action. Baba, whoa, what's going on with Baba? Getting some volume in. I just probably a couple of block trades. I thought it was actually going to stay there. Usually, when you see this here, if the price would have stayed here and went back up, then that means that is actual transactions being happening, right? Happening. But usually around this time, you're gonna get these transactions being posted. Usually, what I have seen here in the past, also, let's say I was short here and I was sitting short here. This would happen, and I had a hard stop here. It would even fill my stop, right? So when you see that these type of wicks, especially around 8 a.m., 9 p.m., it's not actual price action coming up and coming back down. It's just transactions being recorded, which that is what we saw there. All right. So again, I've been in here with, let's say I was short here, hard stop here at 309. This will happen, come right back. My unrealized P&L would not even change, and also it would not fill my actual order here. So if that happens to you, it's not an error. It's just these are transactions being just recorded. All right, so we'll see. That looks interesting. Let's see what happens there. And TUP, not much going on still. So let's get some levels for what we have this morning, starting with UAL. So I like this 1504 we have here, right? That was an area of resistance at least before it broke out. Our new pre-market high now is sitting at 1536. So let's throw a level there. Towards the bottom on the daily, we have a great area of resistance right on here as we're coming up and right back down. It's a good area of resistance that can now become support, 1467. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then towards the bottom, we do have this one day over here. This is a minor one. This level here, this level we have here is not as strong as this one here, right? This is major because you got a great change in direction here. Not as much. You continue. So don't. I would personally not put a whole lot of weight on it. I want to have it on there as a level, but this is going to be more important to me. This 1467, and then below that you do have your highs and lows from the last 2 trading days and your previous day close, taking care of you here on UAA. Now I want to just go back. Do we have anything above this 15? Yes, we do, of course. So right here, 1534. is our pre-market high at the moment. We do have 1574 right in here. And then I'm just going to do one more, 1601. So we got a couple of levels on there of this daily, which is not great, by the way. So just a few on there. It does decide to break out of these, and we can come back here into February and get more levels off of this if we need to. Head down to Twitter. Twitter is great right now. This is playing out real nice for our norm right now at the moment. So let's look at pre-market high sitting at a 45.18 at the moment. The low is down at a 42.74. Let's scroll to the left here. If we come down, good level right on here. You can see several days. You have this one here, a couple of touches on that 44.09. So I definitely like the way that's being set up. Here's our 42.74. You're seeing some support and resistance on that pre-market low right now as well. And then towards the bottom, you are getting a 41.27 down here. Beautiful area of resistance before this breakout. Towards the top, so that's pretty good levels towards the bottom. Towards the top, 45.18, high of the pre-market. Above this, you do have another level here that has a couple of touches as well. This is over at 46.69. So right in here, resistance, more resistance on that 46.70 almost. Twitter is good, guys. Beautiful pre-market action. Just look at the volume you're getting here, and just look at the way this thing is trading. Just really clean at the moment. And as the more volume is consolidating at a shorter time frame, right, from 8 to 9, see the volume coming in there. You're starting to see this beautiful candles being built now, right? Nice wide body candles. You're not getting these short ones that have no volume. That's what causes that, right? So this is looking really nice. Here's Apple, same thing, beautiful pre-market action. Let's do some levels for this. We do have 108.71, that's good. We have a 105.09, it's another level there, perfect area of support. In here, I do like this area here. Maybe it's a minor area of support, minor level 609.98, because you got a couple of days, 1 and 2, opening, closing, and touching this right there, right? So that's a good midway point. If this thing does decide to collapse right now, it's not looking like so, looking very strong at the moment, at least trying to get back to close this gap a little bit. It was down quite a lot this morning, down at 108. We're up at least $2 now. So above that, you do have the lows from yesterday right on there. And then look at that low from yesterday. Also good level. Has a lot of support in the past on there. So that's a good one. And then above that, in between here, I like this one here, 113.66. Great area of support right in here. Right. So, and actually, let's see, do we have that 116? How did that play out yesterday? Because yesterday, 113.66. Yeah. So let's zoom in here a bit. I want to show you guys something. So let's get rid of this here. All right. So that 113.66, if you look at also the intraday yesterday, it's just perfect right there. Look at that, right? So somebody had this level because it's very clear. If you look at it in here, it's very clear how much support that level has, that 113.66. And look at the action yesterday, right? Perfect level right on there. So nice. Definitely want to have that on. That's going to be a good one for today. And then above that, more highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Here is pins. Pins right now. Let's look at the pre-market action. Yeah, this is not looking great, but possible breakdown and continuation. I would love for this to break down because it's less support down here, right? We got some room to run. I don't want this going up, want this going away from all this congestion up here. So low of the pre-market 60.32. Towards the bottom, you're pretty much clean in here. So all the way down to 53.85. Towards the top, you can mark down the high of the pre-market at 61.60s. That's a good one there. Above that, previous day close got you covered there. Do we have anything in between here? How are we sitting on pins? Is this all-time highs for pins? It is. Yeah, so you have nothing in here. Literally no levels in this big gap here. So I would love for this to break down because people won't know where to buy in. So let's hope this breaks down here. That'll be nice to see. All right, Neo. Let's see Neo right now. Again, beautiful daily, guys. A beautiful breakout yesterday. Today, love the pre-market sitting right around 30.31, which is this big wick here. But you got a couple of levels in here that are pretty nice too. Like this one here has plenty of support all the way through here, 31.13. So I like this one actually better than this one, right? Because this week here doesn't give me much. The more touches a level has, the more important and strong that level is going to be. I have the pre-market right now, where we're kind of getting a little ping pong action at the moment. It's going to be at 31.46. So you can see how this thing is playing here: support, resistance, support, resistance. So let's see if it's going to come back down. Very similar to what was it pins in the pre-market did, and came right back down and shot back up. So good. This is good pre-market action. We've seen this range like that. That's excellent pre-market action. That's what you want to see. Towards the top, you do have the highs from yesterday, previous day close. You really do not need to add anything more there. I'm going to add this one here, 29.41 off this date, just in case we do drop back down here. That could be a good level of support. Here is Facebook. Facebook also got a lot better now. Great pre-market activity at the moment. As far as levels, you're kind of stuck between the highs and lows from the last two trading days. So you're pretty well covered there. Towards the top, if we were to break out of this high from yesterday, right, which is a great area of resistance, you have a lot of strong resistance right on there. But if we were to break out from that, you are going to have something over at a 288.92. Great level there if we can break out. I know it's going to take a lot to do that, especially on a Friday, but their pre-market action is looking really good right now. So volume could be better, but we'll take 631 for sure for a Friday. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching this morning. We have a few in so far. We have Peter, he likes Twitter today. Neo and AMD as his primary, so it's a very good list there. Next, we have Mike, and Mike, I'm sorry, secondary list, excuse me, is Apple, Facebook, and UAA. Then Mike, break of high and low scanners. He has Facebook and Apple on his list for the most part. Jared, primary list, Apple, Facebook, and Twitter. Secondaries, Piton, OSTK, and INTC. Tiffany likes Twitter this morning. Neo, Apple as the primary, and then secondary list is Tesla and Pins. John is looking for his breakouts. Apple, Facebook, and Twitter, all, by the way, look very good this morning. That'll be his list for today. And I think, yeah, I agree, Jared. I think John just stole your list there. Just copy and paste this. All right, guys, that is what we have. Norm, how's your Twitter trade going? Did you take a partial?
I've got some partials, but it tried to stop me out, and it
Yeah.
hasn't yet. So
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. And this gonna be in play even after this as well. So it'll be interesting to see what
For
happens
sure.
there. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one today alongside Neo. I'm telling you, today is probably one of the best pre-market actions we've seen the whole week. There's a lot of stocks in here that look pretty good. So looking forward to a good Friday. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It really helps me and Norm. We appreciate it. And with that said, it is Friday. So again, you want to go into your weekend knowing that you traded well. You was very disciplined. Keep in mind that not every day has to be green, but every red day does have to be small. That is very important. You stick to that, and you'd be surprised how you can change your trading around. That was my big issue when I first started. I did not want to accept the red days. I wanted to make it work. I wanted to force it, keep trading, over trading. So a lot comes from just accepting those red days. If you go back and you look at 6 months of trading, a year of trading, and you take your worst, I don't know, top worst 5 or 10 days off your equity curve, you'd be surprised how great that thing is going to look. So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Not every day's got to be green, but every red day has to be small. Take care, guys. Hit that thumbs up and have a great weekend. Have fun tonight and be safe with Halloween. And we will see you on Monday. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys. Trade safe. I'm out of that Twitter.
All right, excellent.